Welcome! In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this BougeRV Telescopic Camping Light. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So on the box here it says 3000 lumen, 60-hour runtime on lowest brightness, IP54 waterproof rating, charge time is 4.5 hours, maximum height is 64.2 inches. We have some specs on the other side. Brightness, low is 900 lumen, medium is 1800 lumen, high is 3000 lumen. And here you can see some more dimensions on here. Battery capacity is 15,600 milliamp hours, weight is 2.3 pounds. So let's get this open. So it has a case, and here's the manual. Let's take a look at it. Here we have more specs. This shows what it comes with. It has the light, the charging cable, manual, tent pegs, and the bag. This has the product functions. Here are the instructions for the buttons. So there's 3 lights here. If you press the button once, it turns on 1. If you press it twice, it turns on 2. If you press it 3 times, it turns on 3. If you press it 4 times, it turns it off. So it has a mode switch button to change the color temperature. It also has a flashlight mode and an SOS mode. And then it has a brightness adjustment. So you short press it to toggle between the brightness levels. There's a battery indicator, charging indicator. This talks about using it. And then we have some tips here. And I think that's everything in the manual. So let's take a look at this. So we have this bag. We have a handle here. If we open this up, we have the stakes. That's really nice that they have the stakes right in the pouch. So we'll unzip this, pull it out. So this has some heft to it. It feels really nice and sturdy. So if we look on the end here, it has a flashlight. So that's a flashlight mode. So if you're camping and you needed a flashlight to, say, walk to a restroom or your car, you could use that. On the other end, we have a hook. So that would be for hanging. There. There's little rubberized feet here, and then we have the on-off switch. So it has these little leaves. So if we want to deploy the lights, we want to pull this apart. You can see there's a little tab here, and that fits in here. That keeps these from flopping out when it's closed all the way. So I'll pull this out, and then these lights can come out, like so. And then these can rotate. Like so. So they can rotate all the way up, and it can rotate this direction. It doesn't do 360, but pretty close. So we have the lights out, and then we can pull these out, and these are the feet. So they're going to pull straight down, and we can angle them out. And I think a neat feature of this is it has a reflector on it. So you do have the light that's going to be shining down. It'll hit that reflector, which should help people from running into it. So here we have the whole light out. So these can go all the way up. I'll put these down just so I have a little more clearance. So now at this point, this will pull out. So you can see these telescopic sections. That's very smooth too. So there we can get full height. So let's try turning this on. I'll press the power button. Now it's not going to work because I need to switch on here. So it's nice it has that on there so it doesn't accidentally turn on in your bag. So I pressed it once. So we have this light on. I'll press it again. We have this light. Again, we have this light. So we have all 3. Press it again, we'll turn it off. So let's press this button. We'll change the color temperature. So that's a warmer color. That's a little cooler, and then we have the flashlight. So I like probably the white color. Like inside right now, I like the white color. If I was camping, I'd probably go with the warmer color. So let's go back to white, and then this button will change the brightness. Ooh, so now it's getting very bright. So we have low, medium, and high. So this is going to be the brightest mode. Let me go turn the lights off so we can see what that looks like on my bench. So here we can see the light, and again, we can turn these around. So if you're camping and you're cooking, you might have this on your picnic table, and we might turn on, just say like 2 of the lights, like that, and we could point that maybe towards our work area. Now the lowest mode is going to be just 1 light, so let's do 1 light. So here we have 1 light here, and it'll be on the lowest setting. And I wonder if the color temperature makes a difference. So this is the low light that's warm. So according to the documentation, that should give you around 60 hours of runtime. So that's a very long time. So when you're done using this, I'll pull this apart a little bit. I'll fold these down. You want to hold these in while you're closing it, so those little tabs can lock in, and then the feet will slide up in it. So when you're ready to charge this, it comes with a charging cable in this pouch. So this is a USB-C to USB-C cable. We'll open it up here. Now when you have this open, you're going to lose your waterproof rating, so you want to make sure it's dry while you charge it. We'll plug in there, and you just plug it into a cell phone charger. And we're charging at about 2.44 amps or so. So it's a pretty good charge rate on that. So you charge the light with this USB port, but you can also plug into this to power other devices like charging a phone. And then that can go back in the bag. So I just wanted to do a quick demonstration on my bench here. Now I'll show some applications of this. Okay, so I'm outside at night on my patio and I have the light here. And you can see the patio set. It's very dirty because it's early spring. We haven't cleaned this yet, but it's lighting up this whole area. So this is all 3 lights on. This is the white light in the highest brightness setting. Here it is from a little further back. You can see it just really lights the whole place up. So here it is with 1 light on the warm mode. And this is more of an ambient light. It looks darker on camera than it does in person. So if you just want a little bit of light to see, this is perfectly fine. This is definitely enough light to eat by. Like I say, it looks brighter in person than it does on camera. You could even maybe like play cards or something. You wouldn't want to like read detailed instructions in this kind of light, but it looks very nice. So I had the light pointing down before, and this is pointing the light up. So now this is reflecting off the top. It's a little less bright down below, but maybe that's kind of the look you're going for. If you don't need that really bright light down below, this indirect light might be the best way to do it. And here it is out in the yard. It's lighting up a huge area here. So if I was camping, I might put this next to my picnic table, and actually I could probably just have 1 light on. And you could have that over your picnic table while you prepare your meal. Or maybe you're playing cards or something. Here we have a warmer light. So if you don't really need that super bright light, you could use that. So that was the BougeRV Telescopic Camping Light. I have a number of camping lanterns and camping lights of different styles, and one challenge with them is that you have to find a place to put them. I really like that this has an integrated stand, so you can just pull this open, pull the legs out, and you're all set up. So you don't have to find anything to hang it from. Now you do need a stable surface, but if you can put a stake in those surfaces, you can stake this to the ground very easily. Now once you have this set up, I really like the configurability of it, that you have 3 different lights, and you can have 1, 2, or 3 lights on. You can point them down, you can point them up, you can point them to the side, and you can change the color temperature. So you can put the type of light you want where you want to put it. This is going to work great when we get to the campsite late and we need to make dinner. We can set this up on the picnic table and prepare our meal. I foresee myself using this with tent camping and RV camping. A lot of times when we're RV camping, we spend our time outside of the RV, and we have a light on the camper, but it's a really harsh blue light, and it's not very useful. So that's where something like this will come in handy. Of course, if we get a power outage, this would also work great for that. And if you have it on that low setting, it runs for a very long time. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.